What makes up the system of the home? Delineation of space, windows and doors, plumbing, electrical, HVAC systems, and finishes. These are the parts of a whole. The problem with the system of the home is that the introduction of mechanical systems seem to have taken away the necessity of the wall. Before then, to make a house habitable during the heat of the summer was the triumph of good design and good management. But now it has robbed the outer wall of the house of all traditional environmental functions bar two, keeping weather out and letting light in. The outer shell of the American house. It's lost most of its detailed relationship to the internal economy and layout of the house, and thus became susceptible of unrestrained stylistic diversification according to any fancy inhibition that came along. Rainer Banham believes in the ecosystem of the home, not just the system of the house, a whole greater than the sum of its parts. It's composed of complex, interdependent parts, a community of organisms and its environment functioning as an ecological unit. An ecosystem is a geographic area where plants, animals, and other organisms, as well as weather and landscape, work together to form a bubble of life. Ecosystems contain biotic factors, or living parts, as well as abiotic factors, non-living parts. The abiotic elements in an ecosystem, the non-living, maintain life in the ecosystem. Balancing the abiotic elements in an ecosystem is essential to its health. Autotrophic organisms, self-sustaining organisms, feed off of those elements to produce organic matter that feed the heterotrophic organisms, the consumers. The autotrophic organisms are the largest biomass in the entire ecosystem, and survival of the consumers are contingent upon them. Banham does not believe that the relationship between the walls, the abiotic elements, and the mechanical system, the autotrophic organisms, is a zero-sum game. What defines the ecosystem of the home is mastery of the relationship between the architecture and its mechanical systems. It's the balance between the abiotic and autotrophic elements of the house. What gives the house life and what sustains it. The balance of the tangibles with the intangibles, heat, light, and air, is essential to the health of the house. Frank Lloyd Wright and his prairie-style homes have accomplished this. The shallow pitched roof overhangs the side walls slightly and cantilevers a good way out at the south end, where it shelters an enormous bay window, some 5 feet deep by 12 feet wide. The glazing of this window is continued as a clerestory strip below the eaves, encompassing the whole of its exposed perimeter. The room is adequately heated by a hot water system of pipes running around the perimeter of the room, concealed in the wainscoting, to serve a massive radiator under the window seat, which is slatted to permit the warmed air to circulate. The disposition of the windows in the Baker House living room is essential to ventilation in the summer. Given their openability, the breeze may blow across the room from side to side. The 2 lights reach from the balcony are directly under the ceiling of the highest point in the house, and their opening allows hot air to escape exactly at the point where it is most likely to collect, while a cross draught through this point sweeps out the air that has been heated by contact with the warm underside of an exiguous roof structure subjected to a Mediterranean sun. The ecosystem of the home means that environmental technology was not called in as a desperate remedy, nor had it dictated the forms of the structure, but was finally and naturally subsumed into the normal working methods of the architect and contributed to his freedom of design.